Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is how Sean Evans prepares for the OMG hour. He takes a nap. It's very important for a creative person taking a nap, because without that creativity and that nap, man, it just doesn't fly. Dude, you're supposed to be asleep.
You're listening to the OMG hour.
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 333 of the OMG Hour. We are your ornate, malfunctioning Gewgaws, and I am Sean Evans, otherwise known as Zion Tane.
And I am Tico, Mr. Third Place.
What?
What? No, sorry, Mr. Second
what?
Place. That's right. Sorry,
you're changing your name.
I actually am Mr. Third Place as well.
No,
I do own that gamer tag as well.
Do you really?
Yeah, I needed to create one like years ago when Resident Evil demo came available in the Japanese store only. So I created a Japanese account.
Interesting.
And that is Mr. Third Place.
Well, okay. So not quite sure what's going on with our live show right now, but for some reason we are streaming live, but it's renamed last week's show to this week's title. So I don't know what. You know what? I got to tell you, last week, Tico, I know you all this, but I'll let the listeners know. So last week we talked about Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh, you've done it now.
That's it. We're banned. And we got a copyright claim on our video because we talked about Spider-Man. We didn't show graphics. We didn't have audio. We
didn't spoiler it?
No, we had nothing related to Spider-Man except a discussion of what we talked about. And we got a copyright claim on the video, and the video was taken down.
Unacceptable.
So I fought it. I got the video back, except now for some reason it thinks that's the live show. So I don't know what's going on. YouTube is just driving me nuts. But let's move on. It is episode 333, which is awesome because we realized that there's a lot of threes in this episode.
I know.
Let me see if I can get back to our YouTube channel. I want to see what's going on here. Sorry. I'll cut this out for the audio listeners. They don't care.
They don't care, but what about me? I have
there's
to listen.
There's no live show. I don't know what's going on. It's not streaming live.
All right.
I don't know what's going on, Tico.
Listen, okay, I'm putting my foot down 3 times.
3 times.
Let's just move on.
Yes. I will upload this. I'll fix it all later. Anyway.
All right.
So. Speaking of 333.
Yes.
I just happened to, this past week, as I'm preparing for a Kickstarter campaign product to arrive, which is in the mail now. It is called the Go Cube, which is a connected Rubik's Cube, or connected puzzle cube. It's not the Rubik's brand, obviously, but I've been a fan of the Rubik's Cube since the 80s when it came to Canada. Basically my whole life, you know? And I had never in my life solved it. I mean, I took it apart and put it back together in a solved manner.
I used to peel the stickers off and put them back in different spots.
See, I would never peel the stickers because that ruined it. I hated the peeled stickers.
Oh, see, I'm terrible at things such as this, and so therefore it wouldn't really ruin it for me, just for the next person to attempt it.
Oh, so you put it in the wrong order. Well, so it was unsolvable, is what you're saying.
I don't know if it was unsolvable. That's not my problem.
So I have been learning over the last week, as my Go Cube is in the mail. It is somewhere over the Atlantic, or whatever ocean that is. For whatever reason, the Go Cube campaign thought it was a really brilliant idea to ship the Canadian orders from Hong Kong to ship them from Hong Kong instead of from their U.S. warehouse.
Well, here's what it is they were never in the U.S. warehouse.
Well, they did. In order to get to the U.S., they went to a U.S. warehouse. The U.S. were the first ones to get them because they shipped directly from being manufactured to the U.S. warehouse. All the others went to a Hong Kong warehouse.
So, and I'll tell you exactly why. That is Trump's tariffs that he was threatening, and so companies were now panicking as to what those might be, and so did not want to take the extra cost involved of shipping out of the U.S. into Canada and being hit with tariffs on both ends. That's why you're getting it from Hong Kong.
So Canada is unfortunately going to be among the last ones to receive the GoCube because it went from Hong Kong to the Netherlands, sat there for like a week, and now has been 4 days on its way to its destination country. It doesn't take 4 days to fly to Canada. It must be on a boat.
It could take 4 days to fly, depending on, carrier pigeon.
Right? Yeah, it's a bunch of pigeons. So I've been learning to solve the cube. I've pretty much been doing it every day, learning the sequence of events to get a cube back to its original state. So I mixed this up just before the show and started working on it. So I've been having a lot of fun. For the first time in 30 years, 40 years, I now know how to solve the Rubik's Cube. There's 2 algorithms at the end that I'm still working on getting into my head to try to remember exactly what it was, so I don't have to look at the one sheeter that I have. But it's awesome. I love it. The Go Cube is a connected cube, so it actually hooks up to your phone, and it knows exactly what orientation it's in, so it'll teach you how to solve it, or as you're doing it, you can see it moving on the screen as well.
And you'll get, I guess, timed and
stuff
like that.
Exactly.
And, probably leaderboards involved.
There's times, there's leaderboards, you can compete against other players. I'm certainly not in a place where I can compete against anyone yet, that's for sure. But you know what? I'm excited because I've always wanted to learn how to solve the Rubik's Cube, and I finally have learned, and I'm taking this thing with me everywhere. Like, I don't go anywhere without it now because I just want to keep playing with it and keep working on the stuff to get it in my head, so it's a lot of fun. So, not necessarily a video game, but still a geeky, fun toy.
We'll count it for the purposes of gaming as not a video game, but as a brain game.
It is a brain game. It is definitely a brain game for sure. Yourself, sir, what have you been working on this week?
I played some actual video games.
No.
Yes, it happens.
Well, I did play a video game.
Well, you didn't put it in the notes, so
but I can't talk about it until next week, unfortunately.
Oh well, then let's just move on, okay?
All right.
Till next week.
Fine.
All right. Layers of Fear 2.
Well, this isn't a 3.
This isn't a 3, but if you take the total number of letters and give them a value,
some random value,
and then divide by 3, it gives you a prime number.
Excellent.
And that could be true. That might not be true. I don't know. I made it up.
It probably is true because you can just randomly give them numbers. So it's true. Yeah. It's true. Good.
So this is the second iteration. The first one was a sort of a haunted house. This one here, you are actually on a cruise ship, a big like Titanic-like cruise ship, and going through. It is very creepy.
This is a horror game.
This is a horror game. This is a you basically you have to go around, solve puzzles. So from one area to the next, and you open doors. Sometimes they're locked, and you have to figure out what to do next.
Now, can you die in this game?
I have died once, and I'm not sure if it was a scripted death and I had to die, or if I just happened to, like, I got through to into the next section, and I was attacked by a thing. I don't know if I was supposed to, like, it didn't give me any instructions like run or anything like that. I just got attacked by a thing and died. So.
Okay. Because I don't recall being able to die in the first one. It was just super creepy, and things would fly, like cupboards would open and things would fly all over the place, and you'd see visions. And
yeah, this one feels more of a guided narrative than anything else, but I absolutely love the setting of the sort of haunted cruise ship. It is really cool. The whole story behind it is you are an actor who has been invited onto this ship because they are filming a movie on the ship. And so you are now stuck in a madman's movie script, so you have to follow around and follow the cues. So that there's like direction marks on the floor, like say, hey, walk this way, then go here, and stuff like that. There's mannequins and stuff all over the place posed in different ways. There's clues that you have to pick up along the way to make sure you can open locks. It is really well done. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It is very creepy. It's got creepy music. They pay really good homage to, like the horror movies, stuff like that. There's one point where you look through a porthole, and as you look through the porthole, you can look down and you see the carpet from The Shining.
Oh, really?
And so you can see it clear as day. It's the carpet from The Shining. And then you look through the next porthole, and there's a little, one of those little three-wheeler bike thingies.
Yes. Tricycle.
Not a tricycle, but like the actual Power Wheel, I think they used to call it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
One of those just sitting there, and you're like, because that's obviously what he was tearing around the Overlook in, on one of those. And so it really, really cool, very creepy vibe to it. Really enjoying this so far.
I had a question and I lost it, but yeah, it's the visuals are amazing. It's like a lot of time it looks like it's black and white, so
yeah.
Like no color. Now, is it all black and white? Is it all colorless?
It's not black and white, and that's the interesting thing. It is not black and white. It's made to feel black and white. It's sort of that tone, but like if you get close enough to things, it's just the lighting in there that's causing it to be that. Like this is light browns, and but it's meant to give off that sort of creepy feeling to it, like you've gone into a black and white area as opposed to a full color area. Like there are some areas that you get lots and lots of color. There's some areas where it is like sort of it has that sort of very washed out black and white feel to it, like a movie. Yeah, like you would expect in a movie. And that's the whole thing is because you collect movie posters along the way and stuff like that as well.
Now, as you're playing this, as we're watching this video, I'm hearing voices. Are those voices actually there, or are you as a player just hearing stuff?
You're hearing stuff. It's like there's no people to interact with. Like it's as you pick up clues and stuff like that. Like they read them and you're picking up a clue and it's giving you a piece of the puzzle. And so it's like sort of it's like somebody's reading that through to you. So you're like, hey, I found this little map, and this like it gives you the kids talking about what they're doing, and so you're sort of following these kids as they're playing pirate ship.
Okay.
On the thing, and so
lots of jump scares, I'm assuming.
Not a ton of jump scares. There's a few, but not a ton. Like there's. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm desensitized to it a little bit, but, like, stuff like that. This is where I died. Like, I didn't really know what I was doing. This guy came at me and then, hit me, and I didn't know, am I supposed to run or, like, because then once you continue, like, it's just, like, right back to
where you were. Okay.
So I think I was supposed to run, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll figure that out.
Yeah, because I never came across stuff like that in the original one. It was just puzzle solving and but it was super creepy. Like it's one of those games where it's not Resident Evil. You're not fighting. There's no enemies to fight. You're going through this. You're trying to figure out the history of this place you're in, and figuring out clues and puzzles. And yet it is so creepy that you still feel terrified playing, even though there's no enemies.
Right, and because you're expecting something to happen, like you're expecting, am I going to die? What am I going to do? Like this is a really interesting sequence here. Like you have to get through this area without the light hitting you.
What happens if the light hits you?
You die, and it's a game over.
Oh, okay. So just because the light hits you? Yeah,
like it's a spotlight that you have to avoid the spotlight.
Okay.
And then you have to like climb through, and it's like underground, and there's like it's creepy because there's like sets that are built.
But it's all on a ship.
It's all done on a ship. Like there's parts where you actually have to go outside the ship and then back into the ship.
Right.
So like you are on a big like Titanic like an abandoned Titanic like cruise ship.
Right, the ghost ship.
A ghost ship, exactly.
Cool. Layers of Fear 2. So if you're a horror fan, this is definitely up your alley.
Yes. I really enjoyed it, and I love the setting of the ship. Being on the ship, the house was very creepy, but I really enjoyed the the ship setting that they gave you on this one was a lot of fun.
So other than it being Layers of Fear 2, it is a standalone from the first by the looks of it. Like,
it is at least to this point, I have not found anything that ties it into the first.
All right, so it's just another Layers of Fear, has nothing to. It's not a sequel, is what I'm trying to say.
No, it's another layer.
It's another layer. There you go. Yes. Awesome.
All right. I've also been playing a game called Irony Curtain.
Irony.
So like the Iron Curtain, Irony. This is a point-and-click adventure set in sort of a Russian Cold War era.
This kind of looks like from the folks who did the Deponia series.
I'm not sure about that. It is, and I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, and I don't remember. And you're looking it up, so that's even better.
I am looking up Deponia. Was created by... Oh, I'm finding it here. Daedalic Entertainment. Is this a Daedalic game?
I don't believe it's Daedalic.
Okay.
But it
just kind of looks like it.
Yeah. So it is your Monkey Island style point-and-click adventure. You are going around trying to figure out the... behind the Iron Curtain. So you start off as this reporter trying to piece together the story in Russia. It's sort of set in that sort of Cold War era. Little puzzles where you have to put things in order. You have to figure out like what piece do I need to use with this in order to open this, and then merge items together. Really neat piece early on is you get one of those Russian nesting dolls, and you have to find all the pieces of that to put that together.
Okay.
So it's a fun little point and click adventure.
It's a point and click.
It's a point and click.
Does it bring anything new to the table other than a fun satirical story?
It's really just a satirical story. Like it does not. It's a point and click adventure. You combine items to make your way through the puzzles. That's about it. But it is cute. It is fun.
Do you enjoy point and click stuff? I have never been able to get into point and click stuff.
So some of them, yes. It depends on the level of back and forth you have to do. It's like if you have to like find something here and then go all the way to like back to another island or something. Like I really enjoyed the Monkey Island stuff. But I've also gotten frustrated with these games before, like not giving you a clear idea of what am I supposed to be finding,
right,
in order to do this. So I've gotten frustrated with these games before. So far, this one has not done that.
Okay.
So,
all right, fair enough. So Irony Curtain, point and click, and both of these were on Xbox. You were playing?
I was playing both of these on Xbox. They are available, I believe, on Xbox, PlayStation, and I think Switch.
Okay.
As well. People like the Switch, apparently.
The Switch. Yes. People do like the Switch. In fact, I think more people are going to like the Switch because they've just announced this week the Switch Lite.
The Switch Lite. Or the Lite Switch. The Light Switch.
It is the Light Switch.
How did they not go with that?
Okay, so can I say first of all, the Switch Lite has been announced, coming out September 20th this year. 3 different colors, yellow, gray, and turquoise. It is a Switch that does not hook up to the television. The controllers are attached. It is literally just the portable device.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a rumble built in. There's a few things that are different from the main Switch that you and I have, that everybody has now. So it is a lighter version. It's going to be $199 US, probably about $250 Canadian or $260. But what is it about Nintendo? They are notorious for naming their products after what the product is. So in this case, the Switch, meaning it can switch from television to mobile.
Yeah.
And now they've removed the switching portion of the Switch, but it's still called a Switch. They did the same thing with the 3DS when they brought out the 2DS. They removed the 3D elements from it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
which was the whole point of the 3DS.
The DS is dual screen.
That's true, but and I guess they brought out the 2DS, which was essentially just going back to the DS.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just a dual screen.
Yeah, it was just a DS that played 3DS games without the 3D. It's just, I find it strange that they come out with these great new sort of innovative features and then remove the innovation.
And they scale it back. They scale them back and they charge you a little bit less.
They remove the innovation and then sell it again. Like,
here's
what?
everything that you want for $500. Well, we don't really want to have to hook it up to our TV. We don't really want to be able to remove the controllers. All right, here's one for you for $200.
Right? Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Oh, like, it's so weird. Doesn't hook up to the TV. Doesn't have Rumble. Doesn't have removable controllers. If you want to play multiplayer with friends, you have to now go out and buy the actual Joy-Con removable ones, which are what, $80 each, not for a pair.
70, I think.
Each. Yeah, each. What? It's crazy.
Yeah. They like your money and they don't have enough of it.
Now,
they want more of it.
There is definitely a market for the Switch Lite or for the Lite Switch. There's a market for the Lite Switch, which is definitely what we're going to call it from now on.
Oh yeah.
Because like my daughters, for example, they want to play Animal Crossing when it comes out in March. Well, the Lite Switch is perfect for them because they don't care about hooking it up to a television.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to be out and about. They're going to be in their room, wherever, if they get an apartment. They don't care about hooking it up to a TV. They just want, because they grew up playing Animal Crossing on a portable device.
Yeah.
Right? That's what Animal Crossing is to them.
Yeah, and
so
that's what a Nintendo is to a lot of people too. It is a portable device. The fact that you can connect these ones to your TV means nothing to a lot of people. They just want the portable device. If you don't already own one,
right,
then this is a great entryway.
It is, absolutely, and it's a lot cheaper. $200. You know, that's about around the price of I guess a 3DS in its later in life. Because I think the 3DS... actually, it's about the same price as a 3DS. I think the 3DS came out at $200 US, did it not?
It did, yes.
Yeah. So it is the same cost as a 3DS. Now, Nintendo said it's not replacing the 3DS, but I don't recall if 3DS is still being... Like, are they still producing games for 3DS?
I don't recall. I don't remember the last time I saw. I mean, I'm sure they do. They have their stuff. I mean, they're still. I mean, if you look hard enough, you could probably still find new games for the NES.
I know. I recently got a press release for a new product. It was just released from somewhere. It is a cartridge for the original Nintendo 64 that you plug in somehow. And it hooks up the Nintendo 64 to your HDMI. So it converts everything to like 480p and allows you to hook it up to an HDMI television.
Yes.
This is a product that somebody has developed. And I'm thinking, who is this market for other than like your hardcore collectors?
Yeah, who still... like I'm sure I have my Nintendo 64 somewhere around the house still.
But do you care about buying a cartridge that allows you to hook it up to HDMI? No. Exactly.
No. If I cared, I would have figured out a solution to that ages ago.
Like to me, it's so bizarre to spend money and resources on developing something that is for such a very small niche market. Like who are you going to sell this to? I don't know. All right, let's move on from Nintendo. So a few years ago, one of my favorite games of the year was Until Dawn from Supermassive Games.
I recall this game.
It's fantastic. As I mentioned at the time, Aria and I loved playing it together. We would make the decisions together. And it turns out a lot of people did that. A lot of people shared the experience with friends or family, and they would all decide on the actions together. And so their new series... starting with Man of Medan, which is I had read somewhere that it's going to be like they're planning it for an 8-game series.
Yeah, they're called the Dark Anthology. I believe they're calling it.
Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't remember the name. The Dark Anthology starts with Man of Medan, comes out next month, I believe.
It's
August
soon. Yeah.
they've confirmed multiplayer for this. So they've taken all the feedback from people who had played Until Dawn, and they added both local and online co-op. And what's interesting is local co-op, each person who's playing chooses a character. And when when the story changes to their character, you basically hand the controller over, and each person decides the fate of their own character, which is a cool function, right? It's pass and play, right? So each player is in charge of another character and does whatever they need to do to survive, which I'm sure in some point could cause one of your other characters to die. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But the online multiplayer is also going to be interesting. So you and I, for example, could play the game together. And again, you and I are playing different characters, and we may not cross each other. Our stories may not cross. But when they do, there's still decisions to be made. And decisions I make as we're playing, and it's dual screen, so my screen is bigger, and I can see off to the side kind of like what you're seeing.
Yeah, like a picture-in-picture.
Like a picture-in-picture, right? So my picture-in-picture is yours and vice versa. But stuff that I decide to do could affect your story, which is like, okay, that is cool.
I'm very interested. I'm glad this is actually coming because Until Dawn was a PlayStation exclusive.
It was, yes.
This is not. This is coming out on PC, PlayStation, and the Xbox.
Right.
So I'm actually pretty happy about that. This looked really cool. We saw this at PAX last year.
This year.
That's the last year
we didn't get to play it, but we did see it.
We saw it from like off to the side, and
yeah.
it looked
oh my
really
gosh.
good.
It looked amazing. Like Until Dawn looked amazing, and I think they've totally improved. Like obviously, it's been a few years. They've definitely improved the technology that they're using in the game. But once again, the actors look like who they are. You know.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. I am really looking forward to Medan. I'm a big fan of Supermassive games now because of Until Dawn. I thought it was a fantastic game. I loved playing through it. I loved sharing the experience, and I'm really looking forward to that same experience with Medan.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this too. I just looked up; it is August 30th for a release on this.
So end of next month. So 6 weeks away, approximately.
6 weeks away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I love the fact they've added actual multiplayer, right? So they've taken that decision making into play. What's interesting is they did not implement something that they did for the remember the PlayStation. I can't remember what it was called. Something was it PlayStation Play or something where other players. So you're playing a game, but everybody kind of hooks into the game with your phone. And you vote on a decision, and the one decision that gets the most votes is the one that goes. I'm surprised they didn't implement that kind of party decision making.
Yeah, they did something like that with the Batman Telltale game as well, where you could get sort of the hive mind decision making.
Right. So that would have been awesome because think of streaming that game and allowing all your streamers, all your viewers to actually play along. Right? Experience it together. I mean, passing the controller is a great idea for local, but if you extend the online multiplayer to allow someone to watch you play and then vote on a decision, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
You know, that would be really cool for something like this.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Maybe they'll add it. We've now said it, and we know what happens when we say things.
We say things and it happens. On that note, we should probably say what happened. So a couple of weeks ago, of course, we had we interviewed Drew, thank you. My mind went blank. We interviewed Drew about the Transformers TCG, and he asked us what we'd like to see.
Yep.
And your answer, and I completely agreed with you, your answer was, I want to see Soundwave and all of his cassettes.
Yep.
Well, guess what's coming out next month? Blaster versus Soundwave.
Yeah.
Both cassette decks with their cassettes as a versus package.
And
thank you very
they
much.
started working on that as soon as we mentioned it. They
Clearly.
went straight to work on that.
And you know what? I saw that package and I'm like, of course. Growing up, I loved Blaster as well. I loved the Autobots version of Soundwave. And I'm surprised that when you said that, I didn't think of Blaster, because that would have been so awesome. And I was thinking to myself, man, how cool would it have been if I said, you know what would be great? What if Blaster and Soundwave were together? And sure enough, there it is.
Yeah, and then Drew starts checking his email for hacks.
Right. So that's coming next month. I'm excited. Soundwave versus Blaster. That's going to be so cool.
Yeah, very cool.
And on that note, since this is a 333 episode, we're going to play another episode of Lone Wolf. And Tico, you have picked some topics without looking at the questions. You can look at the top of the card.
I grabbed the actual. I just look at the headers. So
right.
It gives me the theme of the thing. I don't know what the questions are yet.
Right. Let me get my paper ready. All right. I've got some note paper here.
I also have my note paper.
What is our first topic? And of course, listeners, viewers, you play along. Get a piece of paper, write down your answers, see how accurate you are.
All right.
What is the topic?
And I will point out, we did play this last weekend.
We did. Oh yeah, we played this in a party setting.
Yes, so we
with
had
5
a group
players
of 5 together, and we actually
so
played
much fun.
So much, even for the stuff that we knew nothing about.
Oh my gosh, we had questions about what famous schools did these actors go to, or what schools did these famous people go to? I'm like, I don't know what school Stephen Colbert went to. Come on, how do I know what school these people went to?
I don't know. It was really fun to play. Even like the stuff that nobody knew anything about. It was really interesting. The strategy involved, and like, okay, I'm picking you because I don't think you know anything about any of this, but we're at the same point level right now. So if I'm wrong, if I lose and you lose, at least you don't move ahead of me.
Right. Exactly.
So it was really fun to play that. So we're gonna go with the first one here is movie sequels.
Movie sequels. Perfect.
Movie sequels.
Not trilogies.
Not trilogies. I did look for a trilogy. There's no trilogy questions, but sequels, and some of these may be trilogies. So who knows?
All right.
All right. Name the original movie in the series based on its sequels.
The original movie in the series based on the sequel. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Number 1, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Okay.
And we need music,
right?
Yeah, we need some No. Then the Jeopardy people are going to put in a claim against us.
Oh my gosh. No, because I just made that myself. That was an original reproduction.
Yes. Let me know when you're ready for number 2.
I'm good.
The Bourne Supremacy.
Okay. Yeah, I got that.
Oh, did you? I got it too. So
I got it. No problem.
Monsters University.
Oh my gosh! Seriously, these are so easy. I say now.
Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Oh, come on. This is really easily.
Some of these are easy. That's just how it was. We had a couple where we went 5 for 5, but then it's the tiebreaker.
Well, this is like the perfect one to go Lone Wolf on.
Yeah. All right, and number 5, The Color of Money.
That's a sequel?
I think so. Well, apparently it is. I have no idea on that one.
Me neither.
I'm writing down something. I'm hoping.
I have no clue on that one.
See? Oh, this is so easy.
This is so easy. All right, what is the tiebreaker?
The tiebreaker. How many years after following its original movie in the series was The Color of Money released? So how many years after the original was The Color of Money released?
Oh my gosh. Gosh. I'm going to say that. I don't know.
All right. I have also written down an answer that I don't know.
All right.
Are we ready for the answers?
I am. What is the answer to... So, yeah. What are the answers?
Okay. So number 1, what did you get, Sean?
Fellowship of the Ring.
Correct, and I also got that.
All right.
Number 2,
Born Identity.
correct, which I also got. Number 3,
Monsters, Inc.
yeah, I've got that as well. Number 4,
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
correct. Number 5,
I wrote The Color Purple.
I also wrote The Color Purple.
What is it?
It is The Hustler.
I would never have gotten that, ever.
All right, so we both are tied at 4. So
All
the
right.
tiebreaker comes into play.
Closest to the right answer.
Closest to the right answer,
I wrote 19.
I wrote 7.
What's the answer?
25 years.
I win!
You've won this round.
I won this round. We got one more round. One more themed round.
One more themed round. This is also movie related.
Good.
I've got a couple, actually. I have a couple. I'm going to give you options to take your pick here.
Oh.
I'll give you 3 options. I have 3 ready to go here. Fast food,
That's okay.
superheroes, or movie franchises.
Let's go with oh gosh, those all sound great. Let's go with, didn't we just do movie franchises?
We
No,
just
we
did
did movie
movie-
sequels.
Sequels, yes.
Let's do superheroes.
Superheroes it is.
Just don't say Spider-Man or we might get, oh, I just said it again.
Spiderman.
Spiderman. Spiderman.
All right.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, go for it. What is the question?
The question is, name the superhero based on their tagline.
Oh, interesting. This could be interesting because
All right.
I'm going to predict you get more than me in this one.
Okay, well, we'll see. All right. Number 1, faster than a speeding bullet.
Okay, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. With great power comes great responsibility.
Don't say it.
I'm not saying it. Not saying it.
Okay.
I have the power.
Okay, got it.
All right. Power, grace, wisdom, and wonder.
All right, I'm guessing on this one, but I think it sounds right.
All right. And here I come to save the day.
I know that one. That's awesome. Great. I think I got all of them. What is the tiebreaker on this one?
All right. In what year did Superman first appear in a comic book?
All right, got that.
All right. Okay, I've written down a date. I don't know that one off the top of my head, but I've written down
I'm pretty sure I do, but we'll see. All right. Ready
All
for
right.
the answers? Number 1, Superman.
Yes. Correct.
Number 2, Spiderman.
Spiderman is correct.
Number 3, He-Man.
And
Oh, the Masters of the Universe.
it doesn't need it. I just wanted to know if you knew the rest.
Oh,
Number 3.
that was number 3.
Oh, sorry, number 4.
Wonder Woman.
Correct.
Number 5, Mighty Mouse.
Correct. I went 5 for 5 on those.
All right, and the tie, I believe, is 1947.
So I went with 1941,
Yeah.
and the correct answer, 1943.
Oh, so you got that one.
I got that one. I was 2 away.
I
You were
was 4 away. I thought it was 47. 43, really?
43. It doesn't have any additional details. Just
Interesting. All right, that was awesome. Thank you. That was so much fun. I like this game.
this is. I cannot wait till this game picks up more, and because I did look, there are no themed decks yet.
That
But I
themed
would
decks would be
love-
awesome.
Like to be able to just get like a deck of geekery
Oh yeah.
questions or sci-fi or just like a whole deck of questions.
Oh,
based off of-
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I would love a themed, like sci-fi, geek, movies, television, all of that, like everything, it'd be so much fun. Because there's some definitely random questions in the game of Wolf. Like we said, what school did these famous people go to? Like, I don't know.
The types of fish one that we had.
Oh my gosh, types of fish based on their name. Yeah. Yeah. We actually did pretty good on that.
We all got 4 out of 5.
Because our friend Matt was going off of things like video games where you have to fish, and they're all They're all based on their types, right? Rainbow.
Yep.
Like you have the word rainbow. Well, the answer was trout.
Yeah.
Right? So
Smallmouth for bass.
for bass, exactly. All right. Television and movies. So it's kind of a perfect segue into that. On the topic of 3, my wife and I this week we watched the whole season of
You've
Strange.
watched the whole thing.
The whole thing. So I'm going to spoil everything.
No,
I'm
I'm
not.
like I'm 2.5 episodes away.
So Stranger Things 3 came out
Yes.
last week before.
It was like a week ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was like
it was July 4th. So it was last week.
yeah. So
Because July 4th, because the last several episodes of the show is on July 4th. So it kind of leads up to it. But yeah, you know what? I really enjoyed season 3. I thought it was way better than season 2. I felt season 1 I loved. I thought it was great. Season 2 I did not enjoy as much. It just felt off.
it felt season 2 felt very I want to say bleak. Like the whole thing felt very bleak. Where this season, again, I'm not all the way through it yet, but this season I'm really loving like the late 80s, the vibrant colors, like I was expecting to see Robin Sparkles in the mall.
Oh my gosh, right?
Like it was just so like colorful and it really reminded me of my childhood, basically seeing all of that stuff.
Now, there's still definitely some dark and bleak things going on, and they've really upped the ante when it comes to their CGI work. Like, I don't know what episode you're on, but there's some there's the end of an episode when a certain thing happens, and it's all CGI. But holy crap, my mind was blown with how real and kind of gory that whole thing was. Like, that's really, this season is a way more gory.
So no spoilers, but was it at the end of the hospital segment that you're talking about?
Yes, I want to say yes.
Okay, then yeah, that was
Right?
very.
There's another sequence when there's more of that kind of thing happening, and yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but the CGI work is just incredible, you know. But I thought this season was fantastic. I honestly don't know. I've read that they have a plan for 5 seasons. Have you read that? Have you heard that?
I have heard that they are planning to go 5 seasons. I don't know if they have plans written out for a 4th and 5th season already.
But I don't understand where they're gonna go for a 4th season. Like, I don't know where it's going from here.
There have been people that said they want to see like a Scooby-Doo type show with the 3 from the ice cream shop.
Oh my gosh, the ice cream shops, the Scoops gang.
Yeah, the Scoops
so
gang,
awesome.
Just do like a Scooby-Doo type thing. I would watch, an 8-episode series of them solving a new mystery every week.
Yeah. You're right. That would be hilarious. Oh my gosh. Great season. Like, seriously, I thought it was way better than season 2. Very well done. Really gory. Like, seriously gory. But yeah, if you enjoyed season 1 and even if you enjoyed season 2, it's definitely, this is definitely worth seeing. Stranger Things 3.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I won't go too much into it. The Handmaid's Tale, I'm watching season 3 of that. I'm a few episodes in. I really enjoy The Handmaid's Tale. It is a very, very slow-moving show. Season 1, Season 2, both. Season 3, no different. Very slow-moving, but also very bleak. But it's one of those shows that gives you like this small hint of hope. Every so often, little bit of hope, you feel, okay, something's going to happen, and then they almost immediately take that away from you, I have not read the books. I don't know how it ends at all. I don't know where it's going, but I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really well done. The acting is incredible. The story is, like I said, slow moving story, but they really dive into character development and situational development, and they really are building out this world of what is Gideon and what has happened in the United States after the event that has happened. yeah, so season 3 of Handmaid's Tale, watching that now, it's I really enjoy that show.
I've never seen any of The Handmaid's Tale.
I think you might enjoy it, but like I said, it is a really slow moving show.
It's one of those it's on my list to get when I have some time to catch up on stuff, but I have been watching some other stuff. I actually watched another number 3 this week. I watched John Wick 3.
Oh, interesting. There's all our threes. This is a show of threes.
Yeah, well enjoying a slice of 3-cheese pizza.
Perfect.
So, but it is, I mean, John Wick 3, it picks up immediately after the events of John Wick 2.
Like right after?
Like right after.
You could watch John Wick 2 and go straight into 3 like it was one film.
Correct.
Awesome. I love when films do that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's obviously, filmed a little bit later, but it picks up right after, so it's the consequences of the events from number 2.
Right.
It's him fighting his way through the city and trying to figure out, okay, what's he going to do now that he's basically been disavowed.
And he's now a target.
He's now a target, so he's been excommunicated by the, what do they call it? The High Table.
Right. Which happened at the end of 2.
Which happened at the end of 2.
And then a contract was put out on his head because of it.
Yeah.
And that's where 2 ended.
And that's where 2 ended. So he has a little bit of time to get his affairs in order, like an hour. I think he was given an hour to get his affairs in order. And then it is every single assassin in the city
is after
him. And he is now trying to figure out, how to do it. And I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen it. But it is a fun movie. It is a lot more gun fu. There's like a great scene it's like a big hallway full of like display cases of knives.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just these 2 guys that come at him, and it's him and those guys just smashing cases and grabbing knives to throw at each other.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just this back and forth of like just whipping knives after knife. It is well done. It is fun. It is some great action.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is kind of like becoming the new action hero, right?
He is
so good.
He is, and they've already, I believe, started filming number 4.
Oh, seriously?
I'm not sure if they started filming. I know they announced they are doing a number 4, and this does lead into.
So, spoiler alert: he survives.
Yeah, but we knew that already. That's not a spoiler.
Okay.
Because they announced number 4, so it's not my spoiler.
True. He's also filming the new Bill and Ted, which is, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh man, the third Bill and Ted.
A third Bill and Ted.
Third Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Yeah, I cannot wait. That's going to be awesome. Oh man. And he is apparently he's in talks to play something in one of the next Marvel films.
Yeah, they basically have been apparently offering him every single Marvel role that has come up.
Yeah,
in the last little bit. Say, hey, you want to do this one? No, okay, we'll get back to you. When
just hasn't worked out. Yeah, like they're looking for a character that would fit him, even if he's like the bad guy of the movie.
Yeah,
Now, I'm starting to hear trickles of what the next phase of the MCU is. Yeah, which is Phase 4, because Spider-Man was the end of Phase 3.
3.
Another 3.
Another
Everything.
3.
It's all 3s. So they're announcing cast for the Eternals.
Yes.
Angelina Jolie has been signed on to the Eternals. There's a rumor that Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things will be in the Eternals as well, but she has come back to say she doesn't know anything about it. So these are just rumors. But apparently Angelina Jolie has been signed for the Eternals. Now, I don't know much about the Eternals. That's not a series I know anything about. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to be excited, because I didn't know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, they have been doing a great job of taking characters that we are not as familiar with and saying, hey, these are some great characters that deserve to be in the MCU.
I mean, who doesn't love the Guardians? Like, seriously. Right? And that was when they did the Guardians of the Galaxy film, they even said themselves, this is a risk. We are taking a chance on this film, because up until that point, it was all Earth-based heroes. It was Thor, Captain America, Iron Man. Right?
It was the big ones that the kids all know, that's on every lunchbox.
Exactly.
And they're like, well, we're going to do this and hope that this does well.
Yep. And it's a space adventure, are people going to believe it, because it's not Earthbound? and it did so well. I mean, who doesn't love the Guardians? Both of them are great films.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the second one is as good as the first, but it was still a great film. Loved it, and of course seeing them all hilarious in Endgame, in Infinity War. Was awesome seeing them all come together. The tension, the pull between Star-Lord and Thor was just incredible. That's just so awesome.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to that next movie because I believe Thor will be in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie at this point.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they're gonna, sort of tongue-in-cheek call it as Guardians of the Galaxy, just because that's actually a thing, as Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, that is a thing. That's I think Ghost Rider is one of the as Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, are you serious? I don't think so.
He is in.
Really?
He's either he's one of the Guardians or one of the as Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
I don't know.
He's got like a helmet on. He's in
No. You're thinking of the what's that? The big Punisher, not Punisher, but the big robot creature in the original Thor movie with the fire face. The old.
No. It is Ghost Rider.
Come on, because I know that guy is one of the Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, no. This is. I mean, I don't know.
Valkyrie. There's a frog, I think.
There's like it's a weird Thor frog thing.
Yeah. Well, like it's a frog, sort of along the lines of Rocket, right? But come on, no, Ghost Rider's not as Guardians of the Galaxy. Anyway,
He's in space. I'm.
That's so bizarre.
I'm looking this up while we talk.
But recently, Marvel has started to tease the panel at the MCU panel at what's coming up. Was it Disney 23 or is it
San Diego Comic-Con?
San Diego Comic-Con? Right, thank you. So they've begun to tease their panel because I'm really hoping they actually come out and say, here's what's on the slate for the next couple of years. But what we do know about is they're filming Black Widow, which will be a prequel film. But Kevin Feige has said that any film they do will still have something to add to the MCU. So even though it's a prequel, and even with the events of Endgame, the Black Widow movie will still have an impact going forward, which is important. And that's one thing I wondered is, how is a prequel film going to impact Phase 4 going forward?
Well, it'll probably be like an end credit thing where something happens in present day after they've shown us something, or like some villain will be.
No, I don't think so. I think it'll be way more outright than that. Similar to what Captain Marvel did for us. Captain Marvel introduced both the Kree was introduced before, but they introduced the Skrulls, right? The Skrulls are going to be very important in Phase 4. So that movie introduced the Skrulls, not just with an after credit thing. They introduced them completely. I think Black Widow will do something very similar, where whatever it is, whatever the story is, whatever is the central thing in the story, is going to have an impact in the future in Phase 4. I can't see what you're showing us.
Yes, I know that doesn't.
It's too bright. Sorry.
You're too bright. That didn't work.
Thanks. That's great. See, I'm assuming you're showing us Ghost Rider in space.
I'm showing you Ghost Rider in space. Just type in Ghost Rider in space. You'll find it.
And is it as Guardians of the Galaxy that he's in?
Well, I have to just worry. This is Cosmic Ghost Rider #1. I believe he's in the new Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, not the as Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, so you were wrong. Let's just put it that way.
I was not wrong. I was not right, but it's it's in between.
You were not right, but you're also not wrong.
I was right about him being in space.
Yeah.
I was incorrect as to the exact book that he was in space in.
Fair. All right. What's next? Adult Flintstones reboot.
All right, now I saw this article, and when I saw this, I thought they were touting, a Flintstones pornographic movie, adult Flintstones reboot. I'm like,
what does that mean? Adult Flintstones reboot. I don't know what that means. But I will say that the Flintstones, when it first aired in the, 60s?
Yeah.
It was not a children's cartoon.
I know.
It was an adult cartoon to begin with. So
they were the first husband and wife to sleep in the same bed.
That's on television. That's right, they were.
Yeah.
Now, you remember the Honeymooners? I never watched it, but I'm sure you know the Honeymooners, right? The Flintstones was an animated. It was meant to be an animated Honeymooners.
Yeah, it was a parody of the Honeymooners.
Right, exactly. But it was an adult television show. It was an adult cartoon. So my thoughts on this is what that means is they're taking that concept of an adult cartoon and they're kind of rebooting it to what would be considered an adult cartoon today.
Yeah, something along the lines of Rick and Morty, Final Space, was it the Enchantment?
Married with Children, or I don't know.
Yeah, like something along those.
Family Guy,
Yeah, more like Family Guy. So it'll be not designed for your small children to sit and watch.
And you know what? I am into this. If I would watch a Flintstones along the lines of Family Guy any day of the week.
I think this is going to be fun. Like I still like you can watch this stuff now. You can watch the Flintstone stuff now, and it's still
great. I love the Flintstones, right? And I'm looking for. I'm going to keep an eye on this now. Now this isn't the first time that. And speaking of Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane was actually contracted to reboot the Flintstone years ago, but it never got off the ground. Let's talk about Family Guy meets the Flintstones. Seth MacFarlane himself was asked to recreate the Flintstones at one point.
And
so
that would have been entertaining as
well.
Right?
And to me that's what an adult Flintstones should be today, is something along that line,
Yeah.
But I want it to maintain the sort of like the overall essence of what the Flintstones is. I still want it to maintain that, but it needs to be, I guess, whatever you'd consider an adult comic today. I don't want to see them start bringing in like cursing and swearing into a cartoon like the Flintstones.
No,
I don't think that fits the theme of the Flintstones being prehistoric. I don't know what that means. I don't know what an adult Flintstone means today. I can't even imagine what that would mean.
I think we need to not call it adult Flintstones because
right.
I'm sorry, but in my head, I am just thinking this is a Flintstone porn parody.
Porn. Is that all you want? That's all you want, isn't it?
They have that. That exists.
I'm sure it does.
It's Rule 33. If it exists, there's a porn parody of it.
Fair enough. But no, I'm into that. I am not into the porn. I'm into a new Flintstones.
A new animated cartoon Flintstones geared towards an older demographic.
Geared towards the Family Guy fans. Let's put it that way. That's what I'm into. And I'm totally for this, and I will watch it the day it launches.
It'll be on Netflix or one of those things, so we'll get the whole, I'm going to guess 10 episodes. We'll get all 10 episodes right away.
Yeah. I hope it's more than 10. In the
it'll be 10.
6 years the Flintstones aired, 1960 to 1966. They aired 166 episodes. That is a lot of freaking episodes in 6 years.
It is. But you will note that they reused a lot of frames and stuff like that. This is why I think you're going to get 10 episodes, because you see a lot of these new cartoons and stuff like that, 10 episode seasons, because it's a lot of work on animators.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I say 10 episodes. If it does well, then you'll get 13 episodes for season 2.
I am really curious how many episodes that was. 166 divided by 6 is about 27 episodes per year
season?
unless you consider that 7, in which case there was 24 episodes a year. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's probably what it was. It was probably 24 episodes for 7 years, and then the 7th season or the first season maybe had 23 episodes.
Yeah, and
'Cause
then
that
they
would-
they,
yeah.
off, they went back and forth between that and the Jetsons.
Because that would totally make sense. Because even Star Trek back in the day was 24 episodes a year.
Yeah,
So-
I would also love, by the way, since we're doing adult reboots of stuff we watched, Scooby Doo,
A new Scooby Doo. That
but
would
geared towards the older
be
demographic.
the mature audience.
Yes.
How would you reboot the Flintstones for a mature audience?
Well, I mean, I have no idea. I mean, I pretty much just do the same stuff they did already, just more like rock jokes and stuff like that. You take, you take the current climate. You have like some rock-headed president or something like that.
And he would have got away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Exactly. But I would love to see a cartoon based off of Scooby Doo with that mentality, like the adult mentality, sort of like what they did with the movies, where
Yeah.
they sort of did tongue in cheek with a lot of the stuff. Like clearly Shaggy was getting stoned all the time, that sort of thing. Like I think that sort of.
Yeah, I got you. Stuff like that for sure. And you'd have that sexual tension between Fred and not
Daphne.
Velma. Daphne, thank you. Fred and Daphne, and yeah, I could see that working for sure. And maybe Velma would be a little sort of clueless as to all that stuff because she's such a nerd.
Yeah,
So-
I'm just saying, I would like to see that. Make that happen too. If it happens, remember we announced it here first.
And Shaggy would definitely be a dope head.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
No,
like
absolutely.
he'd be all about the joints and stuff, right?
But
the,
he
the
would
Scooby
be-
snacks wouldn't
He would be
necessarily
like one of those. Yeah, like it would be. Yeah, it would be entertaining. I think it would be fun. I think you could do real mysteries, like real serious,
actual mysteries. Yeah, that'd be
like
fun.
actual like sort of take that sort of dark turn to it and actually have like actual murders and stuff like that and them solving real crime
Now,
as a.
animated or live action?
I think animated probably works best, but I would be okay with a live action
That would be
TV
fun.
show like that as well.
That'd be fun. Seriously, that'd be fun. All right. Enough dreaming. Let's
All
get
right.
back to reality. And the reality is that's the end of the episode.
That was it.
This has been episode 333 with all the threes, including the Rubik's Cube, because it is a 3 by 3 by 3 cube. See how it see what? Yeah. Anyway, you can follow the show on Twitter and all our shenanigans at the OMG Hour. You can give us a like, subscribe, and comment right here on the YouTubes. But if you're not watching us on YouTube, come check us out at youtube.com/OMG Nexus. And of course, you can follow me everywhere as Ziantane, and that is XIANTAYNE.
Ooh, good. Like I can't figure out how to get my.
It's right above your head, dude. It's right above your head.
All right, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Second Place for more predictions for random things that may or may not happen that we will take credit for.
Exactly. We'll take credit for all our predictions.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching episode 333. We'll be back next week.
Bye, guys.
This has been an OMGNexus.com production.